You say that gender is an external force that exercises power over us. How do you explain energetically the many variations in gender identity?
Great question.
Well, that's I think I'm going to preface this answer, if you don't mind my taking a shot at it, by saying it's a mystery, and we have working models, but this is big. This is the word inscrutable is too small a word, so it's an attempt to relate to a thing that I can give simplifications for the way we look at it, for how we live, but I'm not pretending that this fits in little boxes and that we as humans definitively understand all these relationships. So that disclaimer should, the working model disclaimer is important. And having said that, I'm now going to proceed to talk as if I really know how all this works, you know. And to my eye, and people...
You're so enthusiastic when you jumped in with that.
Well, you know, once you've said it's just a working model, I don't know what I'm talking about, you can then, you know, own what you know. So anyway, or how it looks to you. How it looks to me when I look at people is that gender is specific kind of a cloud of energy in the broader field. It doesn't look that way every second, but from time to time it coalesces. And then there's an identifiable male and female, we use the word gender essence. It's really like a cloud of dancing particles. It's beautiful. And each person has both, and almost everyone has an uneven amount of, you know, more of one than another. And where they are and how they are in the field definitely affects how masculine or feminine, the degree to which they present themselves as masculine or feminine, or the impact of their masculine or feminine nature on you as an observer. And when we tinker with where these specialized fields are in ourselves or other people, they and we experience radical shifts in of how we experience reality. For instance, if I shift myself to feminine, if I just change the position of these in a particular way in the field, I become more aware of Patty. I become more aware of the people who may eventually see us via your broadcast. I become, softened, as though my perspective pulls back a little bit. I'm more inclusive. My body language changes. I'm not trying to fake this. It's just a different experience of, I look for different things, I see different things, and I have a different tone. When I shift to male, then all of a sudden I sharpen up.
Well, your peripheral vision goes, whew, it's like this. It's a very different feeling.
Yeah, and so I'm actually trying to cue you to go more to male. And when I shifted me more to male, I tried to just in body language send you a cue so you'd go more to male. And it's more like you and me, and you kind of forget the computer screen, you know, and we're kind of focused on, you know, what's the next verb and noun and stuff like that. But if you go to feminine, when you back away again, feminine, if I do, if Patty does, then we feel the collective humanity, and the ideas become less edgy. A heartbeat probably changes. A rhythm of heartbeat probably changes.
Peripheral vision changes. It's wild.
So if a very small part of the dynamic is if I want to attract someone like Patty, who is about 90% feminine engaged, I will attract her if I'm 90% male engaged. So I tinker with the balance. And so I can make her feel like we're made for each other by basically creating the complementary inverse of how these things combine in the two of us. So we can look like we really fit together if she just goes to her 90-10, her genuine mix, and I go to my genuine mix, and it's almost like we get closer together on the screen. But if I go to 50-50, and so I'm going, 50% male, 50% feminine, now it's like there's a distance a little bit between us. There's less the feeling that we're a couple or we're close, and more she looks at me almost a little zoo animal-ish, like her performing, thing. And this is going on all the time, and there are people who unconsciously adapt to the mix of the people. If whoever they're targeting, they adapt to that mix and create a rush of recognition and a rush of attraction. And that's one of probably 50,000. I don't know the number of mechanisms, but it's very great. It's a very great number of mechanisms that fall into play, that push attraction, pleasure, passion are like piano keys on your chest. And the feelings, anybody can play them. Groucho Marx can play them, or,
Rhett Butler.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking, think of a great pianist. Well, Elton John.
I think what Paul is pointing to is there are mechanical things that all day long we're getting triggered and causing attraction. Those same mechanical things, when you're in a great relationship, you can use to keep passion alive. So the thing that sometimes is tap dancing on your head and causing you to hook up with people you never would, and once, you wouldn't, when you have that great relationship, I'm always tap dancing on his head.
Well, the question is that under your conscious control?
Right, that is the question. Do you know that you're being worked over? Do you have any choice in it? And that's partly, I think, the beginning of the book, saying the right person, you may think you're in this great relationship, and look at the news and look at people who are throwing away their political careers to go hang out in bathrooms seducing young boys, or the strange things people are doing, that they may have made the same, agreements that'll be forever. But if something or someone walks by who knows how to move in just the way and play all those keys, you're leveled. So we're trying to encourage people to be aware of them, to understand them, to be able to opt out of them, and then also to be able to use them in a healthy way. Because we teach a lot, and people are always saying, we just like to watch YouTube, because he's like catnip. Oh, I can do this, and then he does this, and we never bore you.
It's interesting that the issue of infidelity, can you be faithful? When I was writing that, when I was typing in the keys, typing in the letters, I was definitely not thinking of giving it out to people who are facetious or are unrigorous or disrespectful, and all of the behaviors that we originate that are less than probably our optimum behavior. What I was pointing to is that there is a force, and it's a compassionate force, that will rock you out of your life and will pick who you're going to be with and how you're going to relate in a gender level for you. And it's overwhelmingly powerful, and it's different from the traveling salesman who sleeps around. If you see this force and you meet the tremendous power that can be brought to bear on you, the people who've met it and seen it know that we can't get on an altar, walk up to an altar and make a promise and know who we're going to be or what we're going to encounter for the rest of our lives. With that respect, given that we actually understand and respect the mystery and the majesty and the power of this thing, then you start paying attention to what does it take to get behind it, and what are you going to do to safeguard it, and what am I going to do? The more successful I am as Patty's lover, the more attractive she is to everybody else, and the more turned on she is, the more alive she is. We're on a planet with 6.5 billion people, or something approximating that number. What am I going to do to sustain this relationship, knowing that there is no safety net for me? It's up to me, and it's up to her. And what forces are truly available to take something great and keep it great, or make it greater in the face of really what is a mystery? So those are the thoughts running through my head.